Yeah, I'm Manuel from Zeal Ardor. I'm here to subvertically plug my new album, and we were going to try to package it into normal questions, but in essence, this is an ad.
Well said, mate. How are you today, Manuel? Thanks for joining us.
I'm good, man.
So, Zeal and I released your fourth album, Grief, just last Friday, mate. So, I know it hasn't been long, but how's the early reception been?
It's been pretty much what I expected because it's not as I want to say heavy as the other records. So some people are kind of butthurt, and other people are really into it. So it's a good mix.
I've got to say, mate, from my point of view, that you've really put together something remarkable, mate. Like, it's probably one of the most engaging, addictive, and consuming slabs of music I've ever had the pleasure of listening to, mate. So, from my corner, well done.
Dude, thanks. That's amazing to hear.
No, it's really good, bro. But there's so much going on there. So it's interesting to know how you would describe it musically.
Oh damn. I think it's just a collection of songs that I was really into. It's kind of like tapas, where you have like different small dishes. You can have a little bit of that, a little bit of this. It's the opposite of a concept album, I guess.
Right.
It's just, yeah. I mean, there's a concept to it, but it's not like you're not going to get like 2 hours of nerding over it because there's a meaning between every single song. No, it's
No.
just songs, and I like them.
So just appreciate them for what they are, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you've been quoted as saying that I wanted to expand on what we had and introduce new colours. Like it's different when it comes to music, talking about colours. Like, can you explain that?
Yeah, I just didn't want to say genres.
Okay.
No, but I mean, it just, for instance, like this is the first record where we actually have like an uplifting song, like a genuinely kind of happy one or cheeky one, and I think that sort of thing is what I called colors.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So more moods, I guess. Colours and moods sort of equate together.
Moods is a way better word. I should have thought of
You
that.
got to go back and rewrite everything.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna cost me.
One thing I love about your music, mate, is like each of your four albums has been universally praised and successful. But on the next one, you continue experimenting with your sound rather than playing it safe with what you know works. Like, is that a conscious effort from album to album, or is it just natural progression, I guess?
Well, it is kind of because I just don't want to be a cover band of ourselves where you know where it's just kind of execution, and because we have to play these songs, and if we don't really like them, our live shows are going to be the most boring thing you can imagine. So I'd rather spectacularly fail than just be old reliable, I guess.
Cool. I really enjoyed the song Clawing Out. Like, it's heavy as fuck, but it also features electronics and other sounds that technically should soften it, but they don't. Like, can you run us through that song? It's well done.
Yeah, that's just basically how anxiety sounds to me. So it's just getting steadily faster. There's these tempo changes, and I mean, there's a lot of whispering and a lot of like you said, different sounds that shouldn't on paper make it heavier, but because we're kind of opposing them with actual heavy stuff,
Mhm.
it kind of works. And the softer bits make the harder bits seem more harder, to put it very eloquently. Yeah, and it culminates in there's like a techno hardcore kick thing in the end, which it's just a different flavor of heaviness, but it
Yeah.
still kind of is heaviness, but it's just it kind of it messes with your perception of it, and I
That's
like that.
pretty much exactly how I felt with it because there's so much going on in there that normally I'd listen to and just go like, "Oh, that sucks." But you listen to it and it's like that actually makes it better. You've got an uncanny knack of doing that, bro. It's good.
Yeah, yeah, but just tell me if I fuck up one day. Don't be polite like, yeah, that's
But
interesting.
one thing you'll always get with me is honesty, mate, whether you want to hear it or not.
Excellent, excellent.
And Grief was also different in the fact that you elected to have your touring band of 7 years join you in the studio rather than complete the whole album yourself. Like, what made you decide to do that on this album?
Well, I mean, yeah, like you said, they've been in the band for 7 years. It just kind of feels late, honestly, than anything else. Because yeah, at this point, they're like Zeal Ardor is at its best when we play live, and that's because of those 5 people. And yeah, they should also just get some cash from the album. It's as simple as that. And they played. It's obvious that I'm not the best bassist in the band, so why not
Hey,
have the guy
damn.
do it? Yeah.
Was it awkward to start with in the studio though? Like, I know you've played live before, but in the studio, all working together, like, was it awkward? I guess for you, because you've more or less given away complete creative control, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was more afraid of it than it was actually bad in the end. Because as soon as they started playing, I was super relieved because I noticed they can do stuff or have had ideas that I would never have had, and for that, it's just better. And like within the first 10 minutes, it all dissolved. But I was kind of anxious before it actually began. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you were. And as part of that, you also featured 3 vocals for the first time on the album, mate. Like, did you even know those guys could sing before?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they sing on stage too.
All right.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, we don't really have like a main front singer, back singer type setup. It's just like 3 front singers or like
Yeah.
main vocalists, and I think it really shows on the record. So, oh yeah, those motherfuckers couldn't belt.
And how did you go working out who did what vocal? Because like I say, they do play live, but when you normally write the songs, like you'd write them for yourself, of course. Like, how did you work out which was it because you couldn't be bothered singing that bit, or did you write it for their vocal style? Or
It's a bit of both. So I know where their registers are. So I know Mark is more like the low boomy guy, and Dennis can do the high stuff better. So it just kind of they naturally went to where they're supposed to be. It wasn't like a real big decision thing; just kind of happened.
and
Mhm.
you also self-produced the album, mate. Like, is that an easy thing to do when it comes to your own music? Like, you've got to be critical of your own stuff, I guess.
I mean, the producing thing, yeah, because I know what I like, and I for me it's the most fun part because I get to try shit out. I could get to try weird techno drums and songs, but the mixing wasn't done by me, and I think it is good to have like a pair of ears who is not involved in everything else, just mixing it, and that was done by Adrian Bushby, who did Foo Fighters and Muse, but also the Spice Girls, and I think
All right, yeah.
we sit in the middle there with the Spice Fighters.
Spice Sonata. The amount of creativity in you, mate, for one person, it is scary and it's amazing at the same time. But where does it come from, man? Like, do you sit down and have bursts of creativity where you write stuff, or are you always thinking, or it's
I'm really not romantic about it. I just write a lot. I go into my room at 9 a.m., come out at midnight, and maybe I made shitty music all day. Maybe there's a good song in there, but as long as I keep at it, it's fine. It's just by volume, actually, not
yeah.
by genius inception or some bullshit. Yeah,
So what would you say the ratio is of writing songs to keeping them to throwing them out?
I would say like 5% are good,
Yeah, right.
and yeah. So there's like 19 songs that are not great, like that they will never see the light of day. But it's like mining, you just kind of keep at it, and sometimes you find a diamond, or I can't think of any other mineral. Gold, gold, silver, cobalt, coltan.
And so, as we mentioned before, mate, like you've morphed your sound a bit on every album that you've made. So, along those lines, how much musical growth do you reckon's left in Zeal Ardor?
That's it. We're done. No,
You done?
fucking.
I'm out of here.
I hope a lot. I think the fact that I'm still curious to what's possible speaks to I think there's still something here. But the moment I tell you that no, this is exactly how I want it to be, that's the moment I'm probably gonna have to stop making music, because then I have nothing to look for anymore.
Yeah, very cool. All right, well, you're my guinea pig here, mate, because I'm starting a new segment that I'm going to do, and you're the first one. So I'm going to show you a couple of photos that I've dug up from the internet, and
Uh-huh.
tell me the story behind them and what's going on. All right, is that cool?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, I've got which one? That one
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Like, what's going on? What's going on with that?
This is just my Tuesday morning outfit. No, this was a shoot for Metal Hammer UK, and they said we have a brilliant idea, Manuel. You're gonna love it. Yeah, so we're gonna have you cry black tears, and like I guess, yeah. You can see how stoked I am on that photo.
You look really happy
Yeah,
about
it
it.
was amazing.
And who did your hair?
Oh yeah, that was they toiled on that for hours on end. That took that just took a good night's sleep.
All right, cool. I've got one more for you. Where is it?
Could do OBS. Love it.
This one. What were you so angry about?
I think so. Someone might have stepped on my toe. You know, sometimes they try to steal my set list, like mid set, and I'm glad they get a souvenir, but like I still have to know what songs I'm gonna play. So that's looks like one of those situations.
Oh, very cool, man. Well, that's all the time I've got for you, mate. I can talk to you for hours, but Grief is out now. It is a fantastic piece of work, mate. Congratulations, well done, and been a pleasure speaking with you. Hope you make it out to Australia one day soon.
Oh yeah, me too. Beware.